Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guess what? It is Thanksgiving Thursday right here on the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. If this is not your first time tuning in, welcome back to another episode of the Question Live Show. Now, here we go into February. So we have rules here. Rules number one. Over there, that way, right there. You see that says live? Simply means you are in the live audience. And what do we do when we're in the live audience? We share. We share and we invite someone else into the audience so we can have live conversation with each other. That's one. Rule number two, have yourself something to drink. Yes, I don't know what is it that you drink. It may be water, wine, tea, soda, juice, whatever it is, you should have something to drink. Why? Here we talk. We talk and we talk. So we need to hydrate the body, quench your thirst. So whatever is it that you drink, get it right now. This is your time. Then we have three. Get yourself your pen, your paper, and get ready to write. Because here we drop juicy content and golden nuggets. Enough for you to grow into the person that you are here for. This is what we do. All the good stuff here, okay? So tonight we are going to open. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So in the meantime, all those rules that I just laid out, you have the opportunity to do just that. If you need to go to the bathroom, this is the perfect time for you to do just that. After you use the bathroom, come back into your row, front seat, front row, whatever it is, come back and sit with us so we could chat it on into this episode of The Question. Here we have, good night, Cheryl. Welcome, welcome, welcome to this. Welcome back to this episode of The Question. If you are ready, then we are ready. So if you are ready, let me know that you are ready so we can roll on into this show, this episode right here with your host. If you're ready, type in the comments that you are ready. And wherever you're tuning in from, please let us know where you're tuning in from so we can get going. Okay, Bad Fountain, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So now, if you're ready, please let me know that you are ready. Because tonight, we are going to have some good talking. So let me exit myself as I welcome our guest tonight, my darling sister. So let me exit myself as we welcome her. Philadelphia Pendeke Masawi, a mom, wife, and author, and a vessel of service for God. She's from Zimbabwe with a desire to share her experience through poetry. Ladies and gentlemen, my sister, Philadelphia. Hello, darling. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing quite well. That usually be my question to my guests first. How are you doing, truthfully?
I am doing well, doing pretty good, thank you.
Yes, welcome to this episode of The Question.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm tuning in from New Jersey, and it's good to be here.
Jersey in the house.
Yes, definitely Jersey in the house.
So I read your bio from Zimbabwe.
Yes, I am from Zimbabwe, hailing from Southern Africa.
Listen, we are going to represent Africa here, okay? We're representing Jersey and we're representing Africa at the same time.
Definitely.
That's your birthplace. I like to say wherever your birthplace is, that's
Yes,
who you are. Where
yes,
you
that's
from.
my authentic self, the
That's right.
Zimbabwean.
That's right. And that's what we do here. We like to bring out our authentic self and represent our birthland.
Yes.
Yes. So, my darling Phil, tell us a little bit about, we have here your book. So before we go any further, we have people tuning in from Jamaica.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Wagwan.
There we go. That's it. Exactly. Let the people know that we are one.
We are one. Yes.
You know that's their motto out there. That's it. That's it. Out of many, one people.
Yes, and it's a good motto to have.
Of course.
Yeah.
They're very diverse.
Yes, totally. Because we are one when you stop and think about it.
Absolutely. How
Yes,
could we not be one? I don't care what
exactly.
the country is not what defined us as one.
No,
Okay? We are from a creator, and a
that's
creator defines us as one.
as one.
Yeah, birthplace don't really define us as one.
Exactly.
It's who
It's all
created us.
man-made, the demarcation of, the continents, but otherwise we are human beings and we're one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 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 All right. So I see, I mentioned your bio earlier, but what I did not mention, my dear people, she's an author of this beautiful book that I have here. Yes, I do have my copy right here. Yay. Look at it right here. So, talk to us about this lovely book. It's called Faith, Hope, and Love.
Yes. Faith, Hope, and Love is actually a collection of poetry devotionals that I wrote to inspire myself at some point in my life. And as I inspired and encouraged myself, I realized that I could share these moments of inspiration with others around me, and they could benefit from reading the book and being able to feel encouraged in their moments of trials and tribulations.
And don't we all go through that?
Oh, we sure do. We sure do.
So,
We sure
before
do.
we go any further, audience, I am going to give you the opportunity to ask my dear sister any question that you have for her. Again, I have the book here, so I am going to give you the opportunity to ask questions as we go a little bit further in the show. So let us dive into a few questions here for you. What inspired you? Mentioned it's your personal experience.
Yes.
All right. What does it mean to have faith?
For me, having faith is believing that whatever it is you want in life, as long as you ask God for it, He's able to give it to you. And it's not just about asking, but it's about believing that what you're asking for, you're going to get. Because people, as human beings, we have a tendency to just make a shopping list and ask for things. But question is, do you believe that you will get what you're asking for? So having faith is that belief that what I'm asking for, not only am I going to get it, but it's going to happen.
So before you even see it, naturally,
Yeah.
you believe
You have to
I'm going
believe
to
it.
get it.
Yeah. You have to believe you're going to have it.
And it's not like, okay, you're going to the grocery, you have to believe that whatever you're going for, it's
It's
there.
Mhm.
It's literally there. So, okay, I'm going to buy bananas. I am going to believe that bananas going to be
I'm
in the
going to be in the store.
supermarket.
Yes.
All right. That's it. That's the concept, people. The concept is to have that belief system. Put it in your mind, engrave it in your mind that I am. You see those two words? Those are the most powerful words ever,
Ever.
ever existed.
That
I
is
am.
that is true.
Because whatever comes after I am defines the beginning.
That is true. And I am is the beginning because God says I am.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And because we came from him, we have to learn to make the same application. I
Yes.
am. When you put I am beautiful. You're accepting that. I am smart. You're accepting that. So whatever someone say to you, it is for you to accept that or not
Or
accept it.
not. Mhm.
So someone could tell you, you are. I am.
I am. Yes. Because I am is an affirmation.
It's the strongest. The strongest affirmation is I am. Audience, practice this. I mean, if you practice this every single day, I am, and then you put a positive word after it, you will be surprised to see how much you will grow into such a being.
That is true.
If you tell yourself, I am powerful every day, can you imagine saying that every single day for 21 days?
That will change a lot of things in your life.
Yes,
That will definitely change a lot of things.
definitely. I am beautiful. You said that 21 days. So whatever it is, you say that after I am, and you will see the manifestation of it.
Or even just saying I'm possible because
Just
you
say,
are possible.
I am possibility. I am.
Yes. Hmm.
We just want to encourage you to continue to say a positive word attached to the I am. Attach that word, attach it, and you will see it. Okay. Have you, at this point, can truly say that you have become the best version of yourself, or are you still working on that?
I am currently working on myself, and I don't think that in this lifetime any of us can ever get to a point of saying I have become the best version of myself. I think daily we strive to become better, and daily we chisel our personalities and our characters to become better. But I don't think we will, at any given point, as human beings, ever be perfect. But we can only try to be
Right.
the best that we can be. And it is only through God that we are made perfect, but
Yeah.
not of ourselves.
So to become the best version of us, we just have to work towards becoming a better version than
Better version.
yesterday,
Yes.
today.
Hmm.
And that's the whole point. When we work towards today, because what truly happened is we don't wake ourselves up,
No,
right?
we do
We
not.
don't work ourselves, we don't wake ourselves up. And because we don't, if God wake us up, simple mean is giving us the opportunity to become a better version from yesterday,
Yes.
to work on something else, to work on growth. And right here, God Fountain mentioned it. There's always room for growth. And
Always.
that's the reason why we're here every day.
Every day.
That's the reason why. I mean, unfortunately, some people are gone prematurely. However, those who are remain, you have every single day to grow. Every single day.
Yes. And every single day you choose to grow or not to grow. So you have to be careful when you wake up every morning. What choices are you making? Are those choices helping you grow, or are those choices holding you back?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to take a moment to just dwell on that just for a second.
Sure.
And audience, dwell on that for a second. And I'm not even going to ask you to repeat it because I want everyone to pay attention to just that. When you wake up this morning, it's a choice. God gave you the opportunity, but it's a choice of what you will be doing with the opportunity. What is it that you're choosing to do? From the moment, because it's not your eyes that open first, right? Your eyes probably the last thing to open. Your ears, your feeling, all those sensory organs activate. Your
Yes.
eyes open somewhere in the last moment. But when you open and realize that you're consciously awake, what are the choices that you are making? What are the choices? And on your book title it says faith. And then the next word is hope. Talk to us about that word.
Hope. I think that hope is the thing that drives us on a daily basis. And I think I read an experiment that was done on some lab rats at some point, where they put them in cups of water and let them think they were drowning. And they would let them, and they would swim for a while. And after like an hour or two, they'd be tired and they would begin to sink. And then they would pull them out of the water, and give them like a few minutes reprieve and then put them back in. And they found that when they put them back in the second time, they tried longer to stay afloat with the hope that somebody's going to pick them out again. And they lasted a whole lot longer paddling, just trying to keep their heads above water so they could breathe. They lasted actually longer than before. So hope is a key that allows us to try a little bit harder.
Mm, mm, Let that one sink in. Mm. Just to try a little bit harder. We've been going through chaos for the past 3 years.
That is true.
For the past 3 years. And of course, everybody said, oh, I never thought I would see anything like this. But of course, you were never here, right? So that's just a thing.
Okay.
We're never here. We're never thought that we are going to see chaos like this. But somehow, in the chaos, we got to have hope.
That is true.
Each day we survive all these chaotic moments. Each day is saying, I could go a little bit more. I could do a little bit more.
And I can work on myself a little bit more.
That right there, just a little bit more. Because it doesn't take much. It's that very first step. It's the very first bit. It's that little bit that added on. Because what we fail to do sometimes is we fail to acknowledge the little bit, but we always want this big thing. We want to have big acknowledgement. We want to have big celebration. We want to have big of everything. But what happened to the little bit?
Yeah. And it's like when you, at the beginning of the year, when you make your New Year's resolutions, we have these big ideas as to what we want to achieve. But the question is the difference between you achieving those goals and not achieving them is small things, small decisions. Each morning you wake up, you got to take a step towards that thing that you want to achieve. If you want to lose weight, you got to wake up and you got to work out. You got to eat right. If you want to achieve academic success, you've got to put in the work. You've got to study. You've got to do research. You've got to do all of those things. So it's the small steps that lead towards a bigger goal. If you don't put in the work and put in those small steps, then you can make all the resolutions you want, but you will remain in the same spot and stay stagnant. So in order for you to be able to achieve anything, you have to put in the action. So you have to act upon the resolution. You can't just make it and just hope that by osmosis it's going to happen.
Take action. That is the key word. Take action. You see, I learned a phrase that actions speak louder than words.
That is true.
Yeah. Actions speak louder than words. And it is so. It is rightfully so.
And we take that phrase for granted all the time. But it really is an impactful phrase because actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened to us. As human beings, we take things for granted, right? Especially phrases like this. We probably hearing this since we were like taught, okay? Actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than words. So we have these things repeated in our head over and over. So we kind of get used to them. That is nothing now. It's not. But it is rightfully so. Because as you just mentioned, you plan something, I plan to lose weight. Okay, so what are you doing to lose that weight? I plan to go to the park. So what are you doing to go to the park? I plan to travel. So what are you doing to travel? I plan to get married. So what are you doing to get married? You see, action is where the preparation comes in first.
Mm-hmm.
So people, please don't take these words, these wise words, for granted. Don't take them for granted. They mean something. And the more action you put in, is the better it is. You see the manifestation of everything that you think of. Because words are just in your head. But what is the substance? Right? What is the substance? All right, so the next word we are going to go in is love. Love is and will always be the most powerful force among us in any sense. Yet, people take it lightly when you tell them, I love you, or they refuse to say it, or they turn the opposite hate, love. But love always remains the most powerful element of all times. Tell the audience about love. What is your definition of love?
Like you said, love is the most powerful element of humanity, but not just is it the most powerful element of humanity, it is the most powerful element of God, because God is love. So because he is love and we are created in his image, we are to reflect it just as much as he does. And if you choose love over hate at any given point in time, your life is better because you are not carrying any excess weight. Because when you hate somebody, you have to put a lot of energy into it. You have to put a lot more energy into being hateful. Whereas when you love somebody, it comes naturally because it's a natural process within the human psyche.
Yeah.
But hate is something that you have to cultivate, and it's something that you have to put in a lot more effort. So why waste energy hating when you can love and it just is a natural overflow and abundance that just comes from within you?
Yeah.
Love is just who we are. Love is our natural state of mind.
Yeah.
But we choose hate because we think it's easier, but it really isn't. Because when you spend time hating somebody, it's like you're drinking poison to, hurt the other person, but the person suffering is you
Absolutely.
at the end of the day. Because that person, regardless of the fact that you hate them, they're still breathing and they're still going about their daily lives. And you are harboring this grudge or this hatred upon this person, and you don't stop their breathing by hating them.
Yeah.
But if you took the time to actually love them, you might actually be surprised that they're not as bad as you thought.
You're right. And that's misjudgment. You see, we cultivate hate when we're misjudging.
Mm-hmm.
We cultivate hate when you're looking at me differently, when all you need to do is look at me as a human being. Don't look at me different from you. Look at me as one, being you.
Exactly.
And you taking that time to cultivate hate because why? Where I came from, the color of my skin, the nap of my hair, the sound of my voice? No. Search your heart and
Exactly.
know that we all came directly from one source.
That is true.
And that one source is love.
Mm-hmm.
No matter where we want to, no matter how much we want to put it, one source. And that one source is defined as love. Therefore, we are loved. We came from love, we are loved, and we are lovable. So how is it that you're hating me?
Exactly. And the interesting part is that we hate what we don't understand. We look at things that are different and consider them to be a threat.
Mm,
And yet, when you look at creation, When you look at the colors of spring, you look at the colors of nature, there's a combination and a variety of colors, and all those things blend together to make this picture of such great beauty. So there's
Yes.
beauty and there is abundance in difference. So being different doesn't mean that, that you can't love me. Being different
Right.
means that God is a God that likes variety.
Variety. Yes.
And because he
Yes.
likes variety, he created us all. But it still says we were all created in his image. So we're all the same.
Yes.
He
But
wanted brightness. He wanted color.
yes.
I mean, for me, when I marvel when I look at nature, like when you look at the pictures of the things, the coral reefs, and when people go deep sea diving and you see all these marvelous colors, you see these fish that are electric blue, the yellows, the
Mm.
oranges. When you see those colors combined, it's a marvel to see. So
Oh
if
my
God
God.
didn't want variety, he wouldn't have created the world with all these colors in it. He would have just created black and white.
Absolutely.
But he created all the colors because he's an all-inclusive God, because everything is beautiful in his sight.
And you know what? And when you look at how God is so awesome, he's so awesome where he is a variety, right?
Mhm.
Just the butterfly by itself defines that.
Yeah.
If you take a moment to visualize, well, I have a couple behind me.
I see that.
If you take a moment to visualize a butterfly or look behind me, butterflies are so colorful. One butterfly can probably have a variety of colors on it.
Mhm.
So simply when God designed that one butterfly, he could have decided, hey, I don't want variety. But then I do want variety because variety is beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than a garden of flowers, a patch of butterflies, just variety of people together.
Mhm.
When you have variety, the togetherness is
It's explosive.
powerful.
Mhm.
You just can't get any better than that.
Than
Variety.
that. Mhm.
How can you sit down every day and you're going to have the same kind of food? You have
It is
variety.
boring. Yeah.
When you're raising, you're a mom. When you're raising your child or children, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
When you are doing that as a mom, you have variety of the food that you want the child to taste.
Yep.
I'm not just going to give you milk because milk won't get you to grow. I'm not going to give you milk because somewhere in the stage of life, you have to grow past a certain stage. So there are a variety of food out there that we are going to choose from. Let's try tasting grapes. Let's try tasting vegetables. Let's try tasting something. So
Mhm.
God is a variety. And that's why hate is not a part of his equation.
True that.
Not a part of his equation. No way, no how.
Definitely
No
not.
way. It's not a part of his equation. Because love in itself is so full of varieties.
It certainly is.
There's, hate is not it. Hate got a color black, dark,
Mhm.
evil. That's only one color. Because if you define evil, the only thing that you're going to relate to evil is darkness.
The darkness, yeah.
Darkness is like looking on my cell phone right here.
And just seeing a black screen with nothing but darkness.
That's evil. But love by itself, you look around the world. Look around the world, and that is how you define love. Look around the world. In every corner, maybe four corners, they say four corners of the world. If you look at those four corners, that is what you call love.
Love.
Because it's only one person that did that,
Yes. And that is God.
and that is God. There's no other way to put that.
There's definitely no other way to do it.
No. Can somebody pay for that? No.
And even if they could, would they have enough?
They wouldn't have enough money to pay for that.
Yeah.
They would not. You know, I love nature. I'm a nature girl. Put me outside and I'm good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love you in Jersey. I'm in New York.
Uh-huh.
And I love when the season changes. Because I don't know if y'all could see this book. Let me bring it a little bit closer. The color, I would believe it's fall.
Yes, that's my favorite
Right.
season.
I know my season. I know my season now. I know my
My
season.
favorite season.
I know my season. Okay. It's fall. And I think fall is so beautiful. Like, if you have not experienced fall, audience, then I guess we're going to have to send you out some pictures. But one of the pictures you could get right now is to purchase this book. This is a book. Let me put it out here again. This is a book. So if you have no idea what fall look like, right here defines it. But what I was saying regarding that, the season, we are told there are 4 seasons. And I admire the season when it changes. And then one thing about I studied with God is he look and he says, okay, you want heat? Here is summer. Then we complain, it's too hot. And then he just like, okay, guess what's gonna happen?
I'm gonna give you fall.
I'm gonna give you a fall. Then you sit there like, and you complain. Oh, well, should I wear my jacket? I'm not sure if I'm supposed to wear my jacket. Should I wear a sweater? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to put on. And we complain. Then he said, okay, how about I give you cold winter?
And then you have to wear your jacket.
And then you have to wear a jacket. And you bundle it up and you're like, oh, but I don't want to be bundled. Oh, this jacket is heavy. I don't want to wear a scarf. Oh my God, it's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold. But we become so ungrateful. And then he rolled on and said, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to make things bright and beautiful and all these things. And he gave us spring. And here comes spring. All these birds chirping and all these things going. And then what is it? We're still ungrateful. Human beings will never be grateful or will never be satisfied. You know, it was this morning I was sitting, before my eyes opened, there were a couple birds at my window and they were chirping away. And I thought about it and I said, those birds outside, they're not complaining. They're just singing.
They're just happy to be alive.
Happy. And I wanted to get up so bad, like, okay, so what are we singing about on my window? And they had one, it's like, they were saying, thank you, Lord, and they were saying the one thing for like 5 minutes straight. I was so amazed. They by this one sound. And I said, if we should just fall into this category, accepting the fact that we are alive, that we are awake, that we should acknowledge the Creator, then we can sing these happy sounds.
That is so true. And I think that a lot of us take those moments for granted because we live so much of our lives dwelling on things we can't change. And we focus on the negativity. Yes, we've had COVID for the last 2.5 years and things have been tough, but you're alive, you're breathing. You have not gone one day without a roof over your head. You have not gone one day without food in your belly. So why can't you take those moments to just say, you know what, God, thank you. Thank you for these moments that you've allowed me to have. Thank you for being there and for allowing me this moment to go through this experience and grow better and bigger so that I'm able to achieve whatever it is that you have to achieve. Because a lot of us don't realize that each one of us has a purpose. and God has a plan for us. And
Mm.
the longer we dwell in negativity, the longer it takes for you to actualize your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But when we seek first his kingdom and we allow him to lead, then we begin to see where he's leading us, and we begin to take the necessary steps to the destination that he has for us, instead of focusing on, well, I wish it was sunnier today, I wish it was hotter today, or whatever it is. But we were
Yeah.
always complaining about something. How about instead of complaining, praise? And you'll be surprised at the change that will happen in your life, and you'll be surprised at the trajectory that your life will take, because you have chosen to change your mindset.
Yes.
So everything is basically mindset. I mean, what are you feeding your mind? What are the thoughts that
Mm.
are in your mind? Are you feeding it positive things? Are you feeding it negative things? What are you hoping to achieve?
Yes.
So I just feel like a lot of us are stuck in our old ways because we spend more time complaining, we spend more time wishing or being envious of other things that other people have, but you all have a different gift. So stop looking at somebody else, because that gift that they have is not yours.
No.
Maybe your gift is totally
Covetousness.
different, but you're wasting it away because you're focusing on somebody else's gift.
Covetousness. Okay.
Yeah.
Covetous.
Yeah.
Covetousness. And we take even the common breath we're breathing for granted.
Hmm.
So sad.
It
Oh,
is.
we have a question coming in. Mona, welcome. Mona is asking a question before I go into another one. Mona is asking, so is the book nonfiction? Is it possible to hear a small portion? Yes, you're going to hear a small portion because she's going to read a small portion. I could read it, but no, she's going to do that. Now, the question is the book nonfiction? She's asking.
Yeah, definitely nonfiction. It's more a book of upliftment, biblical verses that will help you to focus and help you um, to deal with things that are going on in your life. You know, things that, you know, trials, temptations that you face, and it gives you hope. It gives you verses from the Bible that will encourage you, so that you understand that God hasn't abandoned you or left you alone, that even as you're going through stuff, he's always constantly by your side. And all you have to do is trust and believe that he will guide you through it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So here, yes, Mona, thank you. So what we are going to do at this point, we are going to take a small break, very short break, and we will be right back. In this moment that we will take a break, you have the opportunity right there to share this live, get yourself something to drink, get your pen and paper, and if you have not been doing so, to take all the golden nuggets that we're dropping here, because we sure drop some. We just boom, boom, right here. Okay, so if you're just tuning in and you miss them, this will be on replay at all times. But right now, we are going to take a quick break because when we come back, my dear sister is going to read one of the selection from our book. So if you did not get the book yet, it's time for you to get the book, because we are going to put the link in, and you have an opportunity right now to order the book and we can have a read along. So let's take a quick break and we will be right back. Okay, so we're back. So if you did not get yourself something to drink, I do have my drink right here. Right here, it's coconut water right here. If you did not get something to drink while we took that quick break, this is your time to still get something to drink, because as we resume, we are going to bring my sister back, and I'm going to ask you one more question. Of course, if you do have questions, please drop it in the comment section. And we are going to go around with our question. Indeed, we are going to go. Let us welcome my sister, Phil. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Hi.
All right, so we are back. So we have Ernest says that he read the book. It's an amazing book. I've really enjoyed myself. Excellent. So we might have to ask you a question. Ines, if I pronounce it incorrectly, Please excuse me. We mean no harm here. We're only about uplifting others here. So excuse me. See, I have to try to pronounce my sister's name before I got on the show, just to let y'all know. So this is what happened here. This is how the show goes. Okay, this is what we do. This is about love here. This is about love, encouragement, empowering each other and supporting each other. So before we go, this is where I ask you, if you have a story, if you have a book, work in progress, bring it here so we can work together, so we can grow together. But most of all, we can support each other. That's what we do here, right here in the question. So my sister, before you go into, I hope you have the selection ready. But
I
before you do, because
picked one.
I might have to pick one from my copy of the book, and it's you're not the only one. I do have mine right here. So just in case she did not pick a selection, I might have to pick one from the book myself. So before we do that, there's a word called change. And I am going to read something here. Change is never easy. Change means letting go of the familiar things in life. What have what have been the most challenging thing that you have to let go?
For me, letting go, there's been a few things that I've had to let go, you know, during the transition of life. Um, I think that my struggle was with faith for the most part because I have a certain belief system, and you're taught as a child that you go to church, you pray, but you don't understand what a relationship with God is until you encounter Him for yourself.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so that was the moment of change because I had to let go of my perception of belief and faith based on what I was taught to
Mm,
embrace my own journey with God after having discovered Him and what He could do for me and what I could be through Him. So that for me was letting go of those old beliefs and then, incorporating this new belief system as to what God is to me on my own, not based on what my grandmother told me or what my mother told me, but based on me having had an experience, an encounter with Him on my own to then understand what having a relationship with Him is.
yes.
You know.
Limited beliefs.
Mhm.
Limited beliefs. And that's something that we all need to work on. We all need to work on because you just mentioned, and I'm going to just tap into that a little bit. We all have to have a personal, keyword, personal relationship with God. We all have to find that place where we do things one on one with God, not generations ago. And that is where generational curse are not being broken. We're still standing in generational curse because we are stuck how many generations back from those teachings?
Many.
Too many generations back. And we have to come to a point where we're like, this is not working for me. We have to do something. We have to come. I like to change things around, and we mentioned the word mindset earlier. And I like to say where you set your mind, because I like to see things, I like to turn things around. Where you set your mind is how you will evolve. So, what is it that you are setting your mind on? Are you still stuck on the limited beliefs? Are you still stuck on the things that saying society is saying? Because society oftentimes tell us these things, and we believe it. We hold on to those things. So, what is it that you're setting your mind on for you individually? So, I am going to be quiet. I am going to sit here. I am going to sip my drink, and I hope everybody got something to drink because my dear sister is going to read to us. Reading is sexy. Hello, somebody, anybody? Reading is sexy, and we're talking about pre-Valentine's coming up. Let me tell you something before she get on to read. Let me inform you that reading is sexy, and while I have my drink right here to sip, Valentine's Day is just about a couple of days from now, and many of you out there celebrate Valentine's Day. Now, many of you out there buy the regular gifts all the time, roses and chocolates and dinner and all this stuff. But let me inform you on something. A book is a gift. Let's try it. A book is a gift, right? Change, we just talk about change. So let's change the gift that we give and the gift that we receive. Because believe me, I would want somebody to read to me right now. So because you're going to do that, I am going to sit back and I'm going to sip
Your drink.
my water and let you go right ahead.
All right. So I'm going to read one that is titled Gratitude. And the verse that goes with this poem is based on Psalms 150, verse 6. And it says, "Let everything that hath breath praise the Lord. Praise he the Lord." And the poem reads as follows: Gratitude is an attitude. With gratitude comes abundance. When we show gratitude, God opens the windows of heaven and pours out a blessing. With every fiber in your being, be thankful to him. He is the giver of life. Each day we take is a gift and a blessing. Even in adversity, be thankful. All praise belongs to him, for he is, and he was, and is to come. Let us glory in his name, singing songs of thanksgiving and honor of him in all things. Let everything that has breath praise the Lord. With praise and gratitude, grace and blessings abound. I picked that one because it was pretty short. The other one.
Look, I was trying to enjoy my drink, okay? Hello, somebody, anybody out there? What was quick, spicy, and to the point. Yeah, lovely, right, Mona? I was just trying to sit there like, okay, I was trying to like get into my drink, and she was like, okay, that's that. But but anyway, you got points, okay? I was trying to just like, okay, let me just keep on drinking, my feet up. I was getting relaxed.
Now, I figured if I read too much, then you'd get too comfortable.
No, I want somebody to read to me. I'm a reader. So I like when people read. I enjoy a good reader.
That is
I'm a
true.
reader, I'm a writer, I'm a reader. So I like when I see that.
Mhm.
But the key is, and I'm going to find it in my book because,
I'll tell you what page it is.
yes.
It's page 8.
All right, good. So again, people, I am going to say this real quick. We're on page 8. So again, my dear viewers, if you have not purchased this book, this book, if you have not purchased this book, we are going to drop the link in so you have the opportunity to do so. And it would be nice for all of us to read together. Yes, it would be nice for all of us to have the book and read together. So while we are going to go into gratitude that my darling sister just read just so nicely and fast because it's short, I'm going to tell you again, please get the book. Please get the book. Okay, so we talk about, you just mentioned gratitude. So the first line in that poem, it says gratitude is an attitude. And I'm gonna stop right here. I'm gonna stick a pin right here because you know what I'm going to do? I might want to drink some more, but I ain't gonna do that. Audience, audience. I'm going to ask the audience on this one line before I say what I got to say. Audience, what is it that you gather from this? From that one, just that one line. Drop it in the comment right there. What is it that you gather from that one line? Because while they do that, I'm going to jump right on in there and read a little bit more too. Because my darling, I won't even ask you. I won't even ask you what is it yet. I'll just wait for the audience to jump in and let us know what is it that they gather from that one little sentence. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, time's up. Let us jump right into it. That one line. Gratitude is an attitude. Most of the time, if not majority of the time, 98% of the time, maybe 99.9 of the time, we associate attitude negatively. Negatively. Oh, you got an attitude. Oh, you got an attitude. But here, right here, it is written that gratitude is an attitude. So, my darling sister, we're going to dwell on this for the remaining of the show. We are going to dwell on this. How is it that you are exercising that attitude of gratitude?
Okay, so with that attitude of gratitude, I, on a personal level, took it upon myself to learn to say thank you for every opportunity, for everything that I was going through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I found that it transformed me because instead of focusing on the negative, I learned to focus on the fact that every single thing that happened to me for a reason. And whether that reason was clear to me or not didn't mean that there wasn't a lesson out of that situation. And so I learned to be grateful for those opportunities that God put me through, whether it was a difficult moment, whether it was a joyous moment. I learned to be thankful. And when I developed that attitude of gratitude through everything that I was facing, I realized that my stress levels significantly got lower because then I wasn't concerned or worried about a situation, because every time something happens, the most logical reaction is, well, why is this happening to me? Well, why is this happening to me right now? Why am I going through this? And so when I learned to stop asking why is it happening to me and ask, well, why not? And maybe this is a thing that I have to go through in order for me to be able to elevate myself to the next level. Because even when you grow a plant, the plant has to be pruned for it to reach its full productivity. If you don't prune it, then it has dead weight and it will die. So even as human beings, we have to go through stuff. And that stuff that we go through is the process of pruning so that we can be better and shed off some excess baggage that we have, that we carry along, that we don't need. So when you develop an attitude of gratitude, regardless of the circumstance, then you begin to see and understand that all those things that you're going through are a process of learning, that they're a process of becoming a better person, becoming a better mom, a better wife, a better sister, a better employee, a better employer, or whatever the case might be. When you choose an attitude of gratitude, you'll no longer focus on the circumstance, but you focus on, what am I learning from this? How am I growing from this? How do I become better? What can I do to improve? And so that became my thing, that I was choosing to be grateful for every situation, because as a human being, I was allowing myself to grow by choosing to be grateful for those opportunities, because many don't go through the things that we go through. We all go through different circumstances. And I think there's a story or an illustration that goes that when you carry your cross and then you complain to God and say, hey, God, my cross is really heavy. And then he says, okay, well, then put it down in this pile and then pick up one that you think is better. And then you try a few, and then you realize that, hey, you know, that cross that I had before, mine was a whole lot better than the ones that I'm trying to pick up. And so you realize that what you have and your situations that you have, they're tailor-made just for you so that you can experience growth and become better. And so that's basically what I learned from this. And that's basically why I chose to, you know, embark on an attitude of gratitude so that I would be able to mature and grow and become a better version of myself, and be able to lead by example so that my children can see me enduring and facing, you know, things in my life with gratitude instead of complaining. And then they also might learn to become better human beings. I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
And that's that. And that's it. Let's see what we have here in the audience. Like, that is a whole cloak. That was a whole cloak, honey. Listen, that was a whole cloak. I'm not gonna tap anything on that. Let's see what we have in the audience here. We have Mona. I gather that no, okay, let's put it up. Mona responded, I gather that no matter what is happening, if I am grateful, the positive emotion will create positive outcomes.
And that's a fact.
Factual statement.
Mm-hmm.
Factual statement. And then we have another comment in the audience. Cheryl, God does not make any mistake. We learn who God and ourselves really are when we go through trials, when we praise Him and our burdens become lighter.
Amen to that.
Hello, anybody out there? Because you see, I should have my clap because we need like a praise dance or something right about now. Yes. And we have to learn to wear that cloak of gratitude. Our common breath. Our common breath. The breath that we are breathing right now is showing or should show gratitude.
It should.
Common breath that we're breathing. The common fact that you're here on this show is gratitude. I don't take no one that comes on the show lightly. Your time is precious. My time is precious. We should sit and we should encourage, impart, deposit in each other so we all could grow into beings, into spiritual beings, into who we were created to be. And that is our authentic self. And that is one of the purpose that this show is here, to help you grow into your authentic self. Drop off and develop. Drop off and replant. Dig up. See, you from Zimbabwe. So you know what it is, the farmer life. We know what it is to plant, reap what we plant, sow and reap. So here I'm asking you, what is it that you are sowing in your life? Not you, my dear sister, but the entire audience. What is it that you're doing, that you're sowing into your own life that will cause you to grow into the person that you were created for? Because what happened is we all were created to have greatness. We were all created with greatness inside of us. And we mentioned it earlier. We were all created out of love. So what is it that you are contributing to yourself, one, and to society, two, and to God, three, to say that you're here for a purpose? Our life here is not completed until we find a way to go towards that destiny point and fulfill our purpose. We should not leave here on this earth incomplete. We should not leave this earth not fulfilling a purpose. Because each day that God consider us, He set His mind on us. He said, I'm giving you an opportunity to grow and to fulfill the purpose that I created you to fulfill. We all got our own purpose. So I am encouraging each and every one of you that's watching, listening in the live, and who will watch this on replay. Take note that life should not be taken for granted. Take note that each and every one of us, in every single moment, is not supposed to take lightly. Each moment we just here, let's take that moment to develop an attitude of gratitude. So as I leave that with every one of you that's listening to my voice, let us take this. An attitude of gratitude is the best gift that we can give back to God. My sister, I am so grateful to have you here. I'm so grateful for the audience, Mona, Cheryl, Bad Fountain, Ennis, all of you that tune in to this live. And for those who are on YouTube that I cannot see and you're tuning in, I am so grateful. And every single Thursday, as you hear I mentioned in the beginning, Thanksgiving Thursday, every single Thursday, I sit in front of you to serve you. I oftentimes says I could serve you, but you don't have to digest. But I am going to continue to serve you because that is my purpose, and it is to serve you. So I welcome you into this space as I pour into you, hoping and believing that when I pour into you, you grow from here and you develop into the being that you were created to be. So as we close out tonight, I like to do something off. I like to throw an off question. I like to put in that off question has nothing to do with your work, has nothing to do with your book, but I like to celebrate you. Before I do that, I like to celebrate you. I like to celebrate you as a mom. I like to celebrate you as a wife. I like to celebrate you as a vessel of God. I like to celebrate you as a queen.
Thank you.
Because that is who you are.
Thank you.
My sister.
Thank you for the opportunity and thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to serve and to be enlightened as I shared, my purpose and my gift. And as you said, as we pour into each other, may we be blessed and may we become better. And may we hold on to our heritage as sons and daughters of a Most High God.
Yeah. Yes. So before I go to I said this every time, to my left, there is a chair. That chair is a guest chair. Now that you present your lovely self to us, your name is stamped onto that chair. Simple mean you're part of the family. You're welcome to come back here anytime you feel like you need to come home. This is home for you. Come back home. Grace us with your presence and let us say, welcome back home.
Thank you.
This is your space. Your space, my space. They said in Spanish, mi casa, you casa. Okay, all of that. I don't know how to say that in Zimbabwe language, but if you can say it, you can say it, but that would be fine. I'm just saying this is your space just the same way.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And in Zimbabwe, we say tatenda maita enyu, meaning thank you. I'm grateful.
All right. That's it. So we are going to practice saying that because you see, I like to learn. I like to learn. So I like to learn different stuff. I'm a traveler, so I like to travel and learn different things. So I'm going to learn that language there for a quick second. So here we go with your throw off question. There's always a fun question at the end. Fun question for you is, what was the first movie you remember seeing in theaters?
E.T.
I want to go home.
I think it was definitely E.T.
Wow.
I guess I'm showing my age, huh?
We're not telling. Whoa! And that's that. Audience. E.T. So if anybody not familiar with E.T., you might want to go Google it.
Google it.
The main point in E.T., because I might have to come and ask the question, what did you learn from watching E.T.? But as we close down this episode of this, the question show with you, my darling, is there any last word you want to give?
The last words that I would say, I would encourage everybody to find your true self. And the only way you can find your true self is in God, because He is the author and finisher of your faith. And as you seek Him, He will define you so that you can know who you are and whose you are.
And I say nothing else. I say nothing else but pronounce a blessing upon you, your space, your family, your country. Wherever you go, I send you blessing. I send you peace. I send you love. And to the audience, I do the same for you. I pronounce a blessing upon you that you go in peace. You rest in peace. And rest in peace often be in a grave, but no, rest in peace in your mind. Be love. Know that you are love. Be lovable. Accept love. And every step that you take in this life, know that love is the center of everything. This is your host, Verona Willis, saying, thank you, not from my lips, but truly from my heart, for being here, my darling Phil, as well as you, audience, for tuning in. You could have been otherwise minded, but you showed up. So, from my heart to yours, I say we close this episode by saying, peace be with you all.
Thank you.